Hi there. Bonjour. My name is Sylvie Thiffault, and I'm from Montreal, Canada. I have a question for all you single people out there who feel like they're done being single. Here's my question. What is the next appropriate action that you could take to be in a relationship? I'm asking you this question because it changed my life. Now, there's something you need to know about me. I'm a communication specialist, I'm a consultant, I'm a professional coach in the corporate world, and I also teach at a university. I teach leadership and communication. Now, for 15 years after my divorce, my personal life sucked. There was no crossover between my communication expertise in the professional world and my personal life. It sucked. Until one afternoon, about 5 years ago, when I got a call to go and translate an evening that was going to be led by Randy McNamara. Now, Randy and I, we go way back. That's for a story for another video. What you need to know is that Randy McNamara is a senior life coach. He's very no nonsense, 50 years of solid experience. And he was in Montreal to lead an evening, and I was going to translate him from the front of the room. So I showed up, and Randy said, Sylvie, I need to practice a principle, so I want you to pretend that you're a participant. I said, okay, Randy. So he asked the question, give me a domain of your life that you're committed to and it doesn't work as well as you'd like it to. I almost lied. I almost gave him something that was easier, like my work or my finances, and I chose to tell the truth. It's Randy McNamara. So I said, my relationships? He said, okay, are you committed to one? Yes. What's the problem? I don't have one. He said, okay, what is the next appropriate action that you can do to be in a relationship? So I said, to go on a date? He said, okay, so that's what you'll do. You'll go on a date. I said, Randy, you don't understand. There's no one on the horizon to go on a date with. He said, okay, what is the next appropriate action that you could take to go on a date? The answer was to go on the internet, on a dating website. But you need to understand that the way I feel about dating websites is the way my cats act when they're about to cough up a fur ball, like dating website, fur ball. But remember, this is Randy McNamara, so you don't go drama queen on Randy. So I just answered and I said, okay. The next day, the next appropriate thing was to go on a dating website. So I did. Furball and all. So I sat at my computer and I signed up for 30 days. That's all I could tolerate. And before I did, I looked up to the ceiling and I asked God. I said, God, I'm about to give everything I have each day for 30 days. And can you bring the right person, the right man through this website in 30 days? Are you up for it? I heard a kind of a yes. You know the kind of yes that you hear only in your mind, but it's like a choir of angels? Yes! So I heard that. So I said, okay, got a deal. So I pushed send, and every day I did the next appropriate action. Furball and all. On the 26th day, I got a message from Alex. We spoke, And then we met. When we met, I was about to leave on a vacation because every year I go and I sing gospel at Omega Institute. So when I got there, I met with my friends, and one of them is Naomi Sunshine. Naomi is 83 years old. She's a cross between Marlon Brando and Joan Rivers. She's a spitfire. And every year she would ask me, Sylvie, have you met a man yet? And every year I had to answer no. But that year when she asked, I said, I think so. On Thursday, 3-4 days after I had arrived, I got a text from Alex, and he had bought tickets for the Montreal Symphony Orchestra for 2 concerts. But the concerts were 8 months away. So I showed the text to Naomi one morning at breakfast. She looked at me, she looked at the text, she looked at me, she grabbed my arm, and she said, Sylvie, whatever you do, don't F this up. It's been 5 years that Alex and I are together, and it's not a coincidence. I feel that my whole life, professional and personal, has prepared me for this next chapter of my life to be a dating coach. There's a book, there are workshops. So I have a question for you. Today, take a moment and stop. Ask yourself, what is the next appropriate action I could take to be again in the direction of my dreams? Godspeed.